Men are taught that their role is to nurture, to care for others, and to put their needs second. Society often glorifies the idea of the selfless woman, the one who sacrifices her own happiness for the sake of those she loves. While these qualities are admirable in many respects, they can also be damaging when taken to the extreme. Women who grow up with this mindset may be conditioned to believe that love requires enduring pain, that love means sacrificing one's own well-being for the sake of another. This conditioning can lead to women staying in unhealthy relationships, even when they are fully aware of the emotional toll it is taking on them. They may feel guilty for considering leaving, believing that leaving would be a form of selfishness, an abandonment of their role as a loving partner. In their minds, enduring pain for the sake of love becomes a badge of honor, a proof of their commitment and devotion. But this belief is rooted in a distorted view of love, one that overlooks the importance of self-care, healthy boundaries, and mutual respect. Another factor that plays a significant role in why women stay in toxic relationships is the fear of rejection or abandonment. The fear of being rejected, of being unloved, can be so overwhelming that many women will tolerate abuse or neglect in order to avoid facing this fear. For some women, the prospect of being alone feels far more terrifying than the emotional pain of staying. The thought of being abandoned or rejected by the very person they love can trigger deep-seated feelings of inadequacy, loneliness, and fear. This fear of abandonment often stems from past experiences, whether it be childhood trauma, previous relationships, or personal insecurities. Women who have experienced rejection or abandonment in their past may feel that staying in the relationship, no matter how toxic, is the only way to ensure they are loved and accepted. They may fear that if they leave, they will never find another partner, or that they will be alone forever. This fear can cloud their judgment, making them believe that staying, even in a harmful situation, is better than facing the unknown of being alone. The concept of hope also plays a significant role in the decision to stay. Hope is a powerful emotion, one that can keep a person holding on, even when the evidence suggests that the situation is unlikely to improve. In many cases, women stay in toxic relationships because they hold on to the hope that things will change, that their partner will change, or that the love they once shared will return. This hope is often based on the small, fleeting moments of kindness or affection that their partner occasionally shows. These moments, though rare, create a sense of possibility, a belief that things could improve if they just hold on a little longer. But hope can also be a double-edged sword. While hope can keep someone going through difficult times, it can also trap them in a cycle of emotional turmoil. The hope that things will get better can prevent a woman from seeing the situation for what it truly is. She may become fixated on the good moments, convincing herself that the love she once had is still there, even when the relationship is clearly unhealthy. This hope, coupled with the emotional manipulation of a partner who promises change, can make it difficult for her to leave, even when she knows deep down that it's time to go. Women who stay in toxic relationships often grapple with feelings of guilt and self-blame. They may question their own actions, wondering if they did something wrong, if they could have done more to fix the relationship. They may internalize the toxic behaviors of their partner, believing that they somehow deserve the mistreatment. This guilt can be further exacerbated by the manipulation and gaslighting that often accompany abusive relationships. A partner may make them feel as though they are overreacting, that they are the problem, or that they are imagining things. This creates a warped sense of reality, where the woman begins to doubt her own perceptions and feelings, making it even harder for her to leave. In some cases, women stay because they feel responsible for their partner's well-being. This is especially common in relationships where one partner is struggling with mental health issues, addiction, or emotional instability. Women in these relationships may feel that they are the only ones who can help, that if they leave, their partner will be lost or unable to cope. This sense of responsibility can create a deep sense of duty, compelling the woman to stay, even when she knows that her own well-being is suffering. This sense of responsibility often ties back to the concept of emotional enmeshment. Emotional enmeshment occurs when two individuals become so emotionally dependent on each other that their identities and needs become intertwined. In these situations, the boundaries between the two people become blurred, and one person's happiness and well-being are inextricably linked to the other's. Women in emotionally enmeshed relationships may feel that they cannot leave because doing so would feel like abandoning a part of themselves. They may also fear that their partner would not be able to survive without them, further reinforcing the idea that their love and care are essential to their partner's emotional stability. There is also the issue of societal conditioning around gender roles. Women are often taught that they should be nurturers, caregivers, and peacekeepers. This conditioning can make it difficult for women to assert themselves in relationships, to stand up for their own needs, and to prioritize their own well-being. The idea of being a good woman, as defined by societal expectations, often means putting the needs of others before their own. This can lead to a sense of guilt when a woman considers putting herself first, even in situations where it is necessary for her mental and emotional health. In relationships where women are expected to be the emotional caretakers, their own emotional needs are often overlooked or dismissed. This can create a power imbalance, where the woman feels that her needs are less important than her partner's. She may believe that it is her responsibility to fix the relationship, to make things better, and to take on the emotional burden of the partnership. This mindset can keep women in toxic relationships, convinced that their worth is tied to their ability to care for others, often to their own detriment. It's important to acknowledge that the journey to breaking free from toxic relationships is a complex and deeply personal one. The psychological factors we've discussed, from attachment issues to fear of abandonment, from guilt to emotional manipulation, are not always easy to overcome. Yet recognizing these factors is the first step toward healing, growth, and ultimately liberation. For women who find themselves trapped in these cycles, it can be incredibly empowering to realize that they are not alone. The feelings of guilt,